Hi guys, welcome back. So today we are doing these floral autumn nails. So these are loads of nice reds and beige colours. So I'm starting off on the pink with burlesque. So I'm going to do a full colour nail using this. So this is a really nice deep reddy purpley colour. I really like this colour, especially for autumn. So I'm just going to make sure that that's fully covered. And I have done this in the speed that I actually work, just so that you can watch it slowly and see how fast I work. So I was going to do straight on with Rosa G there, and I decided to go in with a burlesque underneath there, just so that I had that depth for that dark reddy colour underneath that rose gold acrylic glitter. So I'm just going to do a thin layer over that nail, and then I'm just going to let that sit up a little bit to harden, and then I'll come back to that. So on these next two I'm going in with Sand Dune, and this is another, I really like this colour as well. So I'm just going to go over, get that cuticle nice and neat, and just pull that down. So I do work thin with my colours, just so that I do not use them all, because I am tight. So I do, if I can get away with it, I will just do a really thin layer. If it's a bit opaque, I can go in and do another coat on there, or obviously you can just do a thick coat of that. But like I said, I do not like wasting my colours, so any way that I can save them, I will. So I'm going to go back to this ring finger, and I'm going to go over with Rosa G. So you could go over on this with a glitter when it is still tacky, but I've gone in with Rosa G, which is an acrylic glitter. So I'm just making sure that all those sides and the cuticle are fully covered. If I'd have just gone over with this colour, it would have been a rose gold, like a full-on rose gold, but I just wanted that darkness underneath there, so that is why I've done it this way. So I'm just nudging that round and making sure it's all covered. And then I'm just going to go quickly back over these where they might be a little bit thin, and just do like a really thin coat over there. This has got like a shimmer in it, so this is a really nice colour. So that is the base, and then we are gonna, I can never remember what my next step is, but I think I'm putting some foils on now. So I picked these ones just because of the colours, and these are like, I don't know what they are, flowers, but there's like big ones and little ones, and they're not like crisp flowers, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna size how many I want and decide which pattern I'm gonna do on these. So I've just cut a couple of pieces just so that I've got enough, because I never know what I am doing. So I'm gonna add some canny gel foil adhesive onto these two. So one of them I have decided to do a full nail, and one I'm just going to do round the cuticle area. So I've decided to do this one a full nail, and this one just the bottom part. So once I've done that, I will bob that into the lamp. So once that's come out, I'm just going to take these foils and I'm just going to stick them on to this nail. So just put them wherever you want, line that up, and then press that on. So just rub that with your finger or a silicone tool if you've got one. So just make sure I get all them little grooves in there around that cuticle, and then just peel it off a little bit, see how it goes, and if it hasn't stuck properly, go back in and carry on rubbing that. So there's little pieces that are not sticking, so I am going to fast forward this just while I do the foil, because you don't want to see me doing this in real time, because it could take forever. So I've got a bit of foil stuck onto my doll's on there, and this one I'm going to go in and do a full nail of this foil on this one. Just fill that bottom piece up. If you pull it off and it's not fully adhered, you can just put that back over, match it up and carry on. So that is how far I've got so far. And next, I think I'm just going to add a few more in these little gaps. And then we are finished with that little bit. So I'm just going to cap one of these nails for you now, because it seems a while since I have showed you any capping. So I'm going to pick up a nice bead. Place that near to that cuticle without touching. Then I just like to push them sides up. Tip that finger down, and then while that's starting to move down that nail, I just tidy that cuticle up and them sides. And then just let that do its business by working its way down your nail. And then once it's at that point, just about there, I like to start patting and pressing it. Then it just lets it set up a little bit, and it's done quite a lot of the work for you. And then just use your brush from side to side and pull that down. Just make sure that you keep them sides pushed in and you're still leaving your apex and your curve on your nail. I'm just going to go in and add some more on to that bottom part. So I applied that backwards just so that there was no line on the joint of them two. Pull that down, and then I'm going to check that from all angles and see where it needs a little bit more patting and pressing. Again, if you get your shape near enough perfect at this stage, then you haven't got a lot of filing to do. So it's worth doing that little bit extra work on this part. Get your arches where they should be, get your smile lining or anything else where it should be at this part, and you will save yourself some time. So I'm just going to have another check, see what's missing. So I think the tip needs a tiny little bit more. So I'm just going to apply that. Again, I'll do that backwards. And then just pull that down slightly. So I'm going to go in and cap the rest of these, and I will be back. So yeah, we are doing some filing today as well, because it is a long time since I've done any filing on my videos. So I'm going to go in and do them sidewalls first. Just keep looking at that and make sure that you're doing both sides equal. And then I'm going to go underside, because there's nothing worse than any acrylic that is spoiling your nice crisp line. So I'm going to have a look at that. And I'm going to fly around that cuticle area. Go back round again just to make sure that that is nice and flush. And then I'm going to hold the file using my thumb and two fingers, and I'm going to come down that centre. That's just like a guide. So when you're doing it that way, you've got to do it pointing down towards your cuticle, then flat on the top, and then bending down towards the free edge, and then you get a nice rounded shape. So I've done that, and then I'm going to do the sides. So there's a little bit there that needs filing on that side, and I'm going to do the other side. So once you've done that, it is all just titivating that up and just looking at that from all angles to make sure it's all the same. Every part of this nail matches, so that both your sides are the same. You've got a nice centre to that nail, you've got a nice arch. Just make sure you get in there now and file that to perfection. And yeah, that shouldn't take long if you have done your capping. Try to get your capping and your application as nice as you can. Shouldn't be a lot of filing. So I'm going to file this one and then I will file the rest, buff them and clean them up. Okay, so I did decide I was going to leave them at this, which I do think looks nice. I think this is fine. I think there's enough going on with these, but I just wanted to put something else on to this finger. So I decided to do a Sharpie marble, and it has been a while since I've done any marbles using Sharpies. So I'm just going in with a top coat, and I have cured that. So that's curing. I'm just going to get some gel res and some Sharpie pens. So I'm just going to go in with a black and a purple Sharpie, and I've also got a little brush obviously to use for the gel res. So I'm just going to draw squiggly lines on this nail. And then just get the brush and dip that into that gel res and just go over them lines, and it will start spreading out for you. So try not to put too much on because it will take a while to dry otherwise, but other than that this dries really fast. It just evaporates so quickly. So I'm going to put that layer on, and then as soon as that's dry, straight in with another one, because I want it to have like lighter bits and darker bits. So if I just go over it a couple of times, it should start doing different I don't think the word's grades, but it'll start going from light to dark. So just keep going in with little bits and titivate that up and get that how you like it. So you can see there it's got some darker spots and some lighter spots. So once I'm happy with that one, I will go in with the black. So I'm going to try and not go mad with the black. So I'm just going to do a thin line through them. But like I say, you could miss this step and just leave that the plain. I do actually think I preferred it where it was full nude, to be honest. I think I got a bit giddy. So again, I'm just going in with that gel res and just dabbing that onto them black Sharpie lines. And then once I think I have done enough on that, I will just let that dry. And then once that has dried, we are going to top coat these. Right, so just going to do a nice generous coat of the top coat. Make sure you get all them sides in. Sure that's nicely covered. I do love that colour. So autumnal, is that the word? Brilliant for autumn. Saying that, that'd look nice in winter as well. So that is the nail that had the burlesque underneath and then the rose gold over top. Make sure you get all that covered, and finally this one. So once I've done that, I will bob that into the lamp again and cure that for a full minute. And once that comes out, guys, that will be this set done. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.